Hello folks, StreetCat74 here, pardon the red light. I'm in the basement of solitude, yet again, and well, I only got my desk lamp going. I was doing a little bit of cooking, and I forgot to charge the camera, so I had like a minute of footage before it turned off, and well, I was sitting there babbling for an hour and didn't notice. So let me share you with the results that I got, because I did two things. Other than screwing off and messing up, I made cornbread, only I didn't make regular cornbread this time. The first batch that I made, I used a Jiffy Co. instant cornmeal box, but I did two things different on it. One, I used buttermilk because, well, I had it, it was getting ready to go bad, and it needed to get used, and I should have gone with regular milk, but that's beside the point. Listen, the second thing I did is I added a can of creamed corn to it. Okay, three things. I also added a huge handful of shredded cheese. So I have cheesy, corny, kind of like me, cornbread. And I got about 9 of these out of one of those packages. Like I said, big handful of cheese, a 15-ounce can of creamed corn. Oh, look at that. So cheesy, corny, like me, cornbread. Very soft, very moist. These actually probably could have used another minute. Let me turn this fan off. Sorry about that. Exhaust fan to my room. Actually, it pulls air down the stairs, vents it into the other side of the basement so that I get some airflow in here. Anyway, very moist, cheesy, corny, like me. Yes, I know that's going to be a reoccurring joke. The other thing I did was I found a make-it-at-home version of Famous Dave's sweet cornbread. I followed the recipe on this one. I think I forgot the regular sugar, because there's brown sugar and there's regular sugar. Let me open this up here for you. Haha. You can see it's still hot from the oven. Oh wow, look at that. Oh yeah. Now this recipe calls for yellow cornmeal and stone ground cornmeal. I couldn't find that. So I used yellow cornmeal, white cornmeal. Ooh, I think I put just a little bit too much cayenne in there. Hold that thought. Let me pull up the recipe, because I downloaded it on my phone. Aha. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Yeah, well, you can tell it's there. I looked this up on Google on my phone. So Famous Dave's cornbread, and it calls for a tablespoon, oh shit, 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne. I used half a tablespoon of cayenne pepper. Okay, so it's not quite as sweet as it's supposed to be. Shit. So 1 cup yellow cornmeal, 1 cup stone ground cornmeal, 9-ounce package of yellow cake mix, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne, shit, half a cup of milk, half a cup of buttermilk. As I said, the buttermilk was getting ready to go bad. It was right at that point where you couldn't tell whether or not it was bad or not, so I used a full cup of buttermilk. A 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. I used peanut oil because I've got a lot of peanut oil sitting around. I fry turkeys in it, and the used peanut oil I put in my quench tank out in my forge tent. It smells really good too. The turkey's better. 2 beaten eggs, 2 tablespoons light brown sugar. I only had dark brown sugar. 2 tablespoons of honey. I have raw, locally grown. It's supposed to be clover honey, but it tastes more like wildflower honey. Then again, with the cayenne, you're not going to notice. Well, with this much cayenne pepper, you're not going to notice. And 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise that you fold in right before you put it into your muffin molds. It's really simple. All of the dry ingredients in one bowl, all of the wet ingredients in the other bowl, except the mayonnaise. Mix them up really good. Combine them. Mix that until there's no lumps, and then you mix in the mayonnaise just before you portion it out into your bowls. Now, I used a huge serving spoon. Well, it's about twice the size of a regular tablespoon, and it was heaping. And I put about 2 of those in each one of these conventional size muffin pans, and I got a dozen of them out of it. Cook at 400 for 25 to 30 minutes, and like I said, you can find that recipe online. From what I understand, Famous Dave's is now doing... Why is that bouncing out in and out of focus? Famous Dave's now has their pre-mixed muffin mix. I haven't seen it anywhere. And, well, half my life I've been a professional cook, and professional other things as well, computer consultant, truck driver, etc., so forth, and the list goes on, believe me. But I've always had a problem with bread. Now, cornbread, it's really hard to mess up. Putting half a tablespoon of cayenne when it only called for 1/8 of a teaspoon, it's edible. So, okay, so tiny mess up, but I'll eat the evidence and no one will know. Anyhow, just a quick update. Cheesy, corny cornbread, and Famous Dave's a little too spicy sweet cornbread. That's what I've been doing with my time. What have you been doing with yours? Well, other than drinking coffee. Yeah, that cayenne is going to come back and kick me in the ass. So long from the basement of solitude, and I'll see you next time.